to light the lamp.
Members of the Pathare Prabhu community, young friends in the audience, well-wishers, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and a very warm welcome to all of you. We meet today at this new venue on the auspicious occasion of the felicitation of meritorious students at our annual award function, which is organized by the Pathare Prabhu Charities. This annual function has now become a trendsetter in our community. Our students truly are our future, and their achievements make each one of us very proud and happy. Confucius put it aptly when he said, "The will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential, these are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence." It's amply clear that our students today have followed his advice. The talent that is showcased in our community is only increasing year after year, and this year we have a record 55 students whose success we are celebrating. We wish each of them lots of good luck for their future endeavors. We begin our show today. We start with the Ishastavan. This song is composed by our most talented poetess, Srimati Nalini Ramrao Tarpade, and is sung by our two most versatile singers, Mrs. Asavari Sushil Durandar and Mrs. Ronika Sachin Vijayakar. Today we have done a slight deviation and we have pre-recorded the song in the studio for better effects. I'm sure all of you will enjoy it. We have the Ishastavan.
जगदा
introduce our chief guest, Shri Gautam Nayak, to us.
Mr. Gautam Suresh Nayak, Mrs. Suman Gautam Nayak, meritorious students on the dais, members of the Board of Trustees of Pathare Prabhu Charities, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to each one of you on this 20th Prize Award function, which I hope you will enjoy. First, I would like to congratulate all the prize winners and wish them excellent success in their future endeavors. I am extremely happy to know that these brilliant students display great intellectual potential of the Pathare Prabhu community. This year, it has been a record that total 55 students have bagged the prize, and we have awarded rupees 4,66,600 as prize money to these students. Our prestigious award, Academic Achievement for Overall Excellence, has been awarded to as many as 17 super achievers. This clearly reflects that there is no dearth of talent in Pathare Prabhu community, and we all should be proud of it. Here I would like to make a mention of Master Amaya Pankaj Virpal Rane, who has become world topper in environmental management and India topper in physics at IGST 10th standard examination conducted by Cambridge International Examination. We, the members of the Board of Trustees of Pathare Prabhu Charities, express our warm greetings and best wishes to him to add many more laurels in coming years. I am happy to inform you that this year there are as many as 4 students who have been awarded prize and who have been getting educational relief from our trust. The members of our community who accuse us that we award prizes only to students coming from rich families should take a note of this. Now, I would like to share few thoughts, especially with the young students sitting on the dais. There is no substitute for hard work. Do not be tempted by shortcuts. The shortcuts can make you lose your way and end up becoming a longest way to your destination. We must always begin with our strength. While it is important for us to know that we are not good at, we must also cherish what is good in us. That is because it is only our strength can give us energy to correct our weaknesses. Life has many challenges. Some you win, some you lose. Lastly, one should realize that the major contributor to your success are your parents, and you should remember to take care of them throughout their lifetime, irrespective of anything, and be rest assured that the nature will bless you with happiness in your life. Today, it has been my pleasure and privilege to welcome and introduce extremely talented with exceptional academic and professional achievements, our honorable chief guest, Mr. Gautam Suresh Nayak and Mrs. Suman Gautam Nayak. Mr. Gautam Suresh Nayak completed his schooling in St. Stanislaus High School, Bandra in the year 1975 and later joined R.A. Pathare College of Commerce and Economics, where he completed his first year and second year and subsequently completed his BCom honors from Canada College, Mangalore, when the family had shifted temporarily to Mangalore. He was a rank holder at both intermediate and final Chartered Accountancy examination. He became the partner of the firm SS Nayak and Company, Chartered Accountants, from April 1986 till its merger with Messrs. Contractor Nayak and Krishnadwala, Chartered Accountants, in 2002. Presently, he is partner of the firm Messrs. Contractor Nayak and Krishnadwala. Mr. Gautam Nayak has held very prestigious posts in the field of chartered accountancy. He was the president of Bombay Chartered Accountants Society, India's largest voluntary association of chartered accountants, in the year 2004-2005. He was editor and joint editor of monthly BCA journal, which is one of the most prestigious journals for chartered accountants from 2005 to 2010. Presently, he is the chairman of Taxation Committee of Bombay Chartered Accountants Society and a member of International Taxation and General Committees, as well as member of editorial board of BCA Journal. He is co-chairman of Direct Taxes of the Indian Merchant Chambers. He has co-authored 5 books, 4 editions of Transactions in Shares and Security, Taxation and Accounting, 4 editions of Taxation of Charitable Trust, published by Bombay Chartered Accountants Society. He has delivered and presented talks and papers at seminars, conferences organized by various professional bodies all over India, including the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, the Institute of Company Secretaries of India, the Bombay Chartered Accountants Society, Indian Merchant Chamber, Bombay Chamber of Commerce and Industry, CRISIL, National Academy of Direct Taxes, RBI Bankers Training College, and National Insurance Academy on subjects of taxation and audit. He writes fortnightly column on personal taxation for Financial News Mint for the last 3 years. He has contributed articles on taxation to other newspapers and publications such as Economic Times, Outlook Money, Outlook and Open. Mr. Gautam Nayak was a great help during the amalgamation of Pathare Prabhu Relief Fund and Pathare Prabhu Nursing Association with Pathare Prabhu Charities in the year 1990-94. He was instrumental in streamlining the process of transferring the assets of 2 separate institutions in Pathare Prabhu Charities. For the past many years, he has been helping us to complete the audit and give us the audit report and audited balance sheet with income and expenditure within 15 days after completion of financial year. This is a Herculean task which we have been achieving for many years because of Mr. Gautam's cooperation and help. I have been in touch with Mr. Gautam since 1987 when I was Secretary of Pathare Prabhu Relief Fund. And as a person, I have noticed that he is a very simple, down-to-earth, soft-spoken, always smiling, and extremely humble person. I wish to announce here that he has given a corpus donation of rupees 1 lakh for Relief of Poverty Fund in memory of his father, late Mr. Suresh Sundarrao Nayak, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Pathare Prabhu Charities. I extend my sincere thanks to you. Mrs. Suman Gautam Nayak is equally competent lady who completed her Bachelor of Commerce, BCom, from R.A. Poddar College of Commerce and Economics, Matunga, from University of Mumbai in the year 1984. She joined Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation in the year 1985. She has 18 years of banking experience in various departments at head office and few branches. She has inherited banking skill from her parents, who too were bankers. Mr. Gautam and Mrs. Suman are blessed with 2 children. The eldest son, Mr. Mahesh, has completed chartered accountancy and advanced diploma in taxation, and he was awarded merit prize with academic achievement for overall excellence exactly 1 year ago from the same dais. Their younger son, Mr. Shivanand, has completed LLB from University of Bombay. He too was awarded merit prize last year. He is pursuing it for solicitor. I think he has already given the exams. I wish all of them a grand success in their future endeavors, and may God bless them with peace, prosperity and good health. Now a few highlights indicating in the souvenir published today. After amalgamation of Pathare Prabhu Relief Fund and Pathare Prabhu Nursing Association with Pathare Prabhu Charities, we initiated this prize award function on a very modest scale. In 1994, when there were total 12 awardees, and we distributed prize money with gifts worth rupees 3,890. Today, we have reached to such a grand and huge scale that there are total 55 awardees, and we shall be distributing prize money with gifts worth rupees 4,88,600. All this could be achieved because the members of our community are showering their love and affection to our trust by way of donation. We have given a life sketch of first chartered accountant of our community, late Mr. Suresh Sundarao Nayak, father of our chief guest, Mr. Gautam Nayak, as a mark of respectful tribute for completing 60 years of services to the Pathare Prabhu Charities. We have given a life sketch of great social worker, philanthropist, and outstanding religious person, Sri Gajanan Vinayak Pandurang Velkar. We have published a brief write-up of Mrs. Kamabai A.B. Vasudev, Nee Kamabai G.B. Prabhakar, the First Lady of Pathare Prabhu community, who had passed the matriculation and undergraduate examination of Bombay University. We have given a brief write-up of Dr. Govindrao Bhau Prabhakar and Honorable Justice Mr. K.B. Vasudev. This year, we have taken initiative for going in for a bigger and a better hall to conduct this annual program, and being the first occasion, you might have encountered difficulty in reaching the venue. I sincerely express my apology to those who encountered this difficulty. I sincerely thank all the respectful people, our chief guest, prize winners on the dais, for attending this program, and I hope you will continue to shower your blessings in future. Thank you.
Thank you for telling us about Sri Gautam Nayak. It was very impressive. We are very privileged to have him with us for today's function. We have a Gaurav Geet that has been specially composed in honor of our chief guest, Sri Gautam Nayak and Mrs. Suman Nayak. Our singers would be singing this song for us, the Gaurav Geet.
Mata
Uday Mankar will be welcoming our chief guest, Shri Gautam Nayak and Mrs. Suman Nayak with flowers. We have a special Gaurav Geet in honor of our students who are the stars of today's evening. Let's hear it.
Saraswati That was really lovely, Asavari and Monica. And I'm sure all of you enjoyed this new experiment of ours of pre-recording the music in the studio for better results. And the results were wonderful indeed. Don't you all agree? So one more round of applause for the singers, please. As Mr. Uday Mankar rightly said some time back, that this venue is a little away from the station. But congratulations to all the Pathare Prabhus who have come here on a Sunday evening in such large numbers. And let me announce something that will relax a few of you who would have come from distant places for this special occasion. The Pathare Prabhu Charities have organized 2 BAC buses to Santa Cruz E station, and they will leave from outside only after the program is over and the dinner is over. It will make 2 rounds to the station, so please do not hurry or worry that you will miss the buses. Please sit back and encourage our generation next. And also please do not forget to collect your coupons, food coupons, after the program at the entrance of the food area. It is often said that there are no shortcuts to success, and I'm sure each of you sitting here on the dais will agree to that. There would have been many challenges in your careers, but you have all faced the challenges with a positive attitude. Your determination to excel, whether at school, college, or professional courses, or at work, has brought you the success well deserved, and hence you are all here, sitting in front of a large Pathare Prabhu family, who are waiting to see and hear each one of you. So all the best to all of you, and let's begin the much awaited function. Let me start by giving a few instructions, a few guidelines to the award winners so that the function proceeds smoothly. When we call out your name, kindly stand in your place. We will read out details about your award, and then you can say a few words. Each one will be given 2 minutes. And also remember to face the camera. It's a special moment for you, right in front of your family. So all the best to all of you. I would like to request Mrs. Suman Nayak to kindly felicitate our students. We'll start our award function. Nikita Mahesh Prakash Jaikar for passing CBSE 10th standard examination and securing 95% and securing highest marks in mathematics and English. Prize amount ₹8,000. Kindly come and collect the award. The mic is there on the dais.
Good evening. I'm Nikita Jaikar. I feel very honored to receive this prize. First of all, I would like to thank the Pathare Prabhu Charities who have appreciated my hard work and effort. Then my biggest thanks goes to my parents who motivated me and supported me all this journey. And I also thank all those people who supported me all this way. I am currently preparing for IIT examination and I hope to pass this examination with flying colors. Thank you.
Ameya Pankaj Veerpal Rani for passing IGCSE 10th standard examination from University of Cambridge, UK and securing 93.30% and securing highest marks in science subject IGCSE World Topper in Environmental Management and IGCSE India Topper in Physics. Prize amount ₹8,000. He is the grandson of our senior trustee Mr. Veerpal Rani. May everyone would like to hear the world topper talking.
Chief guest, respected chairman and trustees, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank the Pathare Prabhu Charities for awarding me the Educational Merit Prize this year. I would also like to thank the donors for their generous donations towards these awards. I thank my parents and teachers for their constant guidance and support. I thank you all for giving us encouragement with your kind presence at this gathering. With your kind blessings, I shall try my best to secure successes in my academic career hereafter. Thank you.
Shruti Ravindra Vinayshil Desai for passing CBSE 10th standard examination and securing 91.20% and securing highest marks in mathematics and English. Prize amount rupees 8,000.
I'd like to thank Pathare Prabhu Charities for this award. It means a lot to me. I'm grateful to my parents for the support and guidance through this crucial year. Thank you to the donors for this award, to Professor for guiding the inspiration for the young Pathare Prabhus to succeed in life.
Surabhi Swapnil Suresh Navalkar for passing ICSE examination and securing 90%. Prize amount rupees 7,800.
I'm Surabhi Swapnil Navalkar. I've secured 90% in my ICSE 10th standard board exams. I am currently pursuing standard 11th from the Thakur College of Science and Commerce. I feel extremely blessed to receive this award and even more blessed to see my grandparents and my great-grandmother in this August assembly. I would like to thank God for bestowing His blessings upon me so that I could achieve this feat. I also thank my family who supported me throughout my 10th and have come today to support me. A special mention to my parents who supported me and never put any pressure on me. In fact, dealt with all my tantrums and stress in an extremely composed manner. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Akash Ashutosh Rajendra Navalkar for passing ICSE 10th standard examination with 88%. Prize amount rupees 7,800.
Good evening everyone, my name is Akash Ashutosh Navalkar. I passed my 10th from Pathare School and I am now currently pursuing science in Mithibai College. I would first of all like to thank my parents who supported me throughout my 10th. My hobbies are playing tennis. I would like to thank the Pathare Prabhu Charities for giving me this honor.
Good evening everyone. Myself Siddesh Raju Tarpade. I've studied in Hansraj Mohaji Public School. On my achievements I want to share that I have been persistently scoring 80+% throughout my school academics. I am currently pursuing commerce and look forward to enroll myself in CA program post my 12th standard. I am really thankful to Pathare Prabhu Charities for giving me this honor and look forward to achieve many more in my career. Thank you.
Abhijit Bhushan Suresh Pradhan for passing SSC 10th standard examination securing 86.30%, prize amount rupees 7,800.
Good evening, everybody. I am Abhijit Pradhan. I am currently pursuing commerce in SIS College, Nerul. I would like to start off by thanking Pathare Prabhu Charities for felicitating me, as it is this kind of appreciation that motivates me to work even harder with every succeeding year. I consider this to be a very big achievement. So first of all, I would like to thank my parents, Bhushan and Kanchan Pradhan, my grandfather Suresh Pradhan and my brother Deepan for supporting me and encouraging me whenever I needed it throughout the year. I would also like to thank all my teachers without whom this would not have been possible. Thank you.
Nidhi Bhushan Suresh Tarpade for passing ICSE 10th standard examination and securing grade A 85%, prize amount rupees 7,800.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to thank the Pathare Prabhu Charities and my family for the love and support. It's an honor to receive this prize. Thank you so much.
Shaunak Kaushik Subhash Jaikar for passing SSC 10th standard examination and securing 84%, prize amount rupees 7,600.
नमस्कार, मी शौनक कौशिक जयकर इथे येण्याचा मला खूप आनंद वाटतं. मी सर्वप्रथम माझ्या या मंचावरील माननीय अध्यक्ष, चॅरिटीजचे ट्रस्टीज व सर्व उपस्थित सगळ्यांचे आभार मानतो. मला माझ्या आईवडिलांचे, माझ्या बहिणीचे, आजी आजोबांचे सर्वांचे धन्यवाद मानतो. तुमच्या अशी वेळ घेत नाही. धन्यवाद.
Isha Rajesh Suresh Kirtikar for passing the SSC examination and securing 79.07%, prize amount rupees 7,600.
Respected guests, members, good evening. Myself, Isha Rajesh Kirtikar. First of all, I'd like to thank my Pathare Prabhu Charitable Trust for this honor. For your achievement in SSC, I'd like to thank my God, family, parents, and teachers. With your blessings, I'll try to achieve more and more success in my further studies. Thank you all. Thank you.
Vibhuti Girish Yashwant Rane for passing SSC examination and securing 74.92%, prize amount rupees 7,600.
A very good evening, all of you. My name is Vibhuti Girish Rane. I would like to congratulate all my friends. I am very thankful to Pathare Prabhu Charities who gave me an opportunity and have encouraged me to do much more and better in my upcoming life. I would thank my parents, my mom, dad and my sister for always being with me and supporting me. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Janhavi Ritesh Naresh Kirtikar for securing diploma in early childhood care and education, securing A+ from Vidyanidhi Education Society, Mumbai, prize amount rupees 7,600.
Good evening, Honorable Chief Guest, the dignitaries on the dais, and all my fellow awardees. Well, from college days I've been attending this function, and it's been my dream sometime, someday to get an award here. And today the dream is actually fulfilled. And the best day today is that my father's birthday. I would like to thank who supported me. The most is my husband Ritesh, my son Rahil, my in-laws, my mom, and my cousin Mayura who helped me in my projects. Thank you so much. I thank Pathare Prabhu Charities and all the donations given to us. Thank you so much.
Pratik Prakash Arvind Vijaykar for passing HSC Science examination and securing 90.17%, prize amount Rs 8,200. Since Pratik is not here today, may I request his father, Mr. Prakash Vijaykar, to collect the award on his behalf. Arnav Vikrant Surendra Vijaykar for passing HSC Science examination and securing 84.50%. Prize amount Rs 8,100. Since he is not here today, his mother Mrs. Priya Vikrant Vijaykar will collect the award on his behalf. Sanjana Nitin Siddhakumar Dharadhar for passing HSC Science examination and securing 80.83%, prize amount Rs 8,000. Since she is also not here today, may I request her mother Mrs. Anuja Nitin Dharadhar to collect the award on her behalf. Karan Mahesh Moreshwar Mankar for passing HSC Science examination and securing 78.33%, prize amount Rs 7,900. Amrish Rohit Arun Jaikar for passing HSC Science examination and securing 75.20%. Prize amount Rs 7,800. May I request his mother Amita Rohit Jaikar to collect the award on his behalf since he is not here today. Saili Shashank Vijay Gorakshakar for passing HSC Commerce examination and securing 82.67%. Prize amount Rs 8,200.
Everyone, I'm
Saili Shashank Gorakshakar. I did my schooling in Nagawala School, which is in Pune, and presently I'm in FWCOM in Sidnam College, and simultaneously preparing for Chartered Accountancy. It is a great initiative to acknowledge and honor the bright and young students, achievers in our community. This will only lead us to work hard and inspire us to achieve more things. So I would like to thank all the donors for the love and support, and also my mom who supported me in every step of my life. She helped me to overcome all the hurdles of my life. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Karan Parag Kumardev Ajinkya for passing HSC Commerce examinations and securing 81.50% and securing highest marks in bookkeeping and accountancy. Prize amount rupees 8,200. May I request his mother, Mrs. Sharmila Parag Ajinkya, to collect the award on his behalf. Bhagyashri Sagar Indrasen Ajinkya for passing HSC Commerce examination and securing 73.67%. Prize amount rupees 7,900. Since Bhagyashri is not here today, may I request her grandmother Shobha Indrasen Ajinkya to collect the award on her behalf. Vaibhavi Rajesh Lakshmikant Desai for passing HSC Commerce examination and securing 69.83%. Prize amount rupees 7,600.
Good evening to one and all. I'm really very honored and glad to receive this prize. I would firstly like to thank Pathare Prabhu Charities and all the donors for their kind donation. And a special thanks to my mom and dad for supporting me in all the situations in my life and helping me throughout this journey of education. I would also like to congratulate all my fellow awardees. Thank you.
Anisha Bhushan Suresh Tarapade for passing Bachelor of Arts BA examination from University of Mumbai and securing 75.33%. Prize amount rupees 8,300.
Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, I'd like to thank all the organizers and the sponsors for putting together this honorable event. I'd like to also take the opportunity to thank my parents and my family members who are here today for all the love and support. Thank you so much.
Ambuja Pradeep Shripad Navalkar for passing Bachelor of Science examination in Biotechnology from University of Mumbai and securing 79.13%. Prize amount rupees 8,300. May I request her father, Mr. Pradeep Shripad Navalkar, to collect the award on her behalf. Gunashri Anand Dattakumar Dharadhar for passing Bachelor of Commerce examination from University of Mumbai and securing 85.71%. Prize amount is 8,500.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to thank the Pathare Prabhu Charities for recognizing our efforts and hard work and for this wonderful felicitation. This result could not have been possible without the love and support of my family. My parents, Mr. Anand Dharadhar and Mrs. Surajit Dharadhar, are my source of inspiration and I strive to make them proud. I'd also like to wish my fellow awardees a hearty congratulations. Thank you.
Devashri Nilesh Bhalchandra Kothari for passing Bachelor of Commerce examination from University of Mumbai and securing 85.28%. Prize amount rupees 8,500.
Good evening everyone. I would like to thank Pathare Prabhu Charities for such an appreciation. Also my parents and my teachers for their endless support. Thank you so much.
Mayuresh Dilip Ramchandra Vatskar for passing Bachelor of Commerce examination from University of Mumbai and securing 82.14%. Prize amount is 8,400.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, on our honorable chief guest, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mayuresh Dilip Vatskar. I've done my graduation from the JN College. I'm a financial trader by profession and would like to excel in the field of finance. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Pathare Prabhu Charities and all the donors for motivating and respecting our hard work in the form of prize which is given to us. My Thanksgiving would be incomplete if I don't thank my family. Thank you mom, thank you dad, and my sister. And I would like to congratulate all the awardees and thank you everyone for listening to me.
Ms. Amruta Ajit Purushottam Desai for passing her Bachelor of Commerce examination from University of Mumbai, securing 66.28%, a total prize amount of rupees 7,500. As Ms. Amruta is not here today, she sent a small letter to us, which I'll be reading, and her father, Mr. Ajit Desai, will be collecting the award on her behalf. Her letter states that due to my MCOM exam, which is scheduled tomorrow, I am not in a position to attend this grand function and receive my award in person. Every year, our esteemed charitable trust is organizing this event to motivate and inspire the students of our community, and it is unfortunate that I am not able to attend it and I am missing this opportunity. I am thankful to the trustees of Pathare Prabhu Charities for selecting me for this award and their continuous efforts in making this function most successful every year. Regards, Amruta. Ms. Riya Mayur Manohar Ajinkya for securing a diploma in interior designing and decoration from Maharashtra State Board of Technical Education, securing 67.05%, a total prize amount of rupees 7,500.
Good evening, everyone. I'm really glad to have this award, and I would like to thank my parents, my sister, and my Jiju for always being there for me and supporting me on every step of my life. Thank you.
Ms. Priyambada Saiha Sai Prasad Pradhan for passing her Bachelor of Engineering in Electronics from University of Mumbai, securing 74.34%, a total prize amount of rupees 8,700. As Ms. Priyambada is not here, may I request Mrs. Swarangi Smithchandra Navalkar to collect the award on her behalf. Mr. Rohit Rahul Gopal Rani for passing his Bachelor of Engineering BE examination in Computer Engineering from University of Mumbai, securing 73.85%, a total prize amount of rupees 8,700. This award will be collected later. Mr. Mithil Pradeep Kunjavihari Dhurandhar for passing his Bachelor of Engineering examination in Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering from University of Mumbai, securing 72.13%, a total prize amount of rupees 8,700. As Mithil is studying in the US, his mother, Mrs. Preeti Pradeep Dhurandhar, will collect the award on his behalf. Mr. Akash Manish Satish Nayak for passing his Bachelor of Engineering BE examination in Computers from University of Pune, securing 63.23%, a total prize amount of rupees 8,700.
Good evening to one and all present here. My name is Akash Manish Nayak. I have completed my engineering from Nandanga College of Engineering and Research from Pune University. Thanks for the award, sir, given to me by the respectable Pathare Prabhu Trust for my educational achievement, and I feel honored for the same. It was not possible for me to complete my education after my father's death, but Pathare Prabhu Trust has helped me a lot to complete my education. I am thankful to them, and in return I will definitely try to take an active part in the social activities of the Pathare Prabhu. I will especially like to thank my mother, who has helped me a lot as a single child, my Mausi, who has helped me to do my education and provided all the required things during my education, and all my family members who have blessed me with their love and care. Thank you to all of you. Thank you so much.
Mr. Nishad Salil Suresh Vijayakar for passing his Bachelor of Engineering examination in Electronics Engineering from University of Mumbai, securing 60%, a total prize amount of rupees 8,700.
Respected Chairman, Chief Guest, Trustees, and my co-awardees, I am Nishad Vijayakar. I would like to thank the charities because this prize distribution gives us an extra push to excel in our fields. And I would also like to thank my parents for the support and love. Thank you.
Mr. Swapnil Sandesh Harikrishna Kothare for passing his Bachelor of Engineering examination in Electrical and Electronics Engineering from University of Auckland, New Zealand, securing 78.33%, a total prize amount of rupees 8,700. As Mr. Swapnil is not here, he's in New Zealand, so his grandfather, Mr. Kiran Talpati, will be collecting the award on his behalf. Mr. Akshay Sukrit Keshavda for passing his Bachelor of Technology BTech examination in Production Engineering from DJTI, securing a CPI 8.00, a total prize amount of rupees 8,700. As he is not present here today, can I request his mother, Mrs. Rajalakshmi Vijayakar, to collect the award? Ms. Shruti Sukrit Keshavda Vijayakar for passing her Bachelor of Law LLB examination from Gujarat National Law University, securing 65.50%, a total prize amount of rupees 8,700.
Good evening everyone, I am Shruti Sukrit Vijayakar. I just completed my 5 years BSc LLB course with honours from National University, Gujarat. I would not be standing here today if it weren't for the guidance of my teachers, the blessings of my grandparents Madhukar and Anandalakshmi Vijayakar, Vandana and Pramod Navalkar. And also I would like to thank my parents and my brother for their constant love and support, and the donors of Pathare Prabhu Charities, without whom the youth of Pathare Prabhu would not be getting an impetus for such excellence in education. Thank you.
Ms. Kaumudi Sushrut Prabhakar Rani for securing her postgraduate degree Master of Commerce from University of Mumbai, securing 66.75%, and for overall academic excellence, a total prize amount of rupees 9,200.
नमस्कार. व्यासपीठावरील उपस्थित मान्यवर व येथे उपस्थित साऱ्यांनाच माझे विनम्र अभिवादन. एम.कॉम या परीक्षेत मला प्रथम श्रेणीत यश प्राप्त झाल्याचा हा सन्मान. त्याबद्दल मी अशा 2 व्यक्तींचे आभार मानू इच्छिते की ज्यांनी मला माझं आयुष्यातलं पहिलं पाऊल टाकण्याची संधी, आत्मविश्वास दिला. अर्थातच माझे आई बाबा. त्यांनी मला आयुष्यात खूप काही दिलं. आय मीन इट्स रिअली ग्रेट टू टेक दिस ऑनर फ्रॉम पाठारे प्रभू चॅरिटीज, अँड आय रिअली थँक एव्हरीवन प्रेझेंट हिअर फॉर बीइंग विथ मी अँड ऑनरिंग मी ऑन दिस ओकेजन. थँक्स अ लॉट.
Mr. Aditya Alak Lakshman Desai for securing his postgraduate degree Master of Commerce from University of Mumbai, securing 52.5%, and for overall academic excellence, a total prize amount of rupees 9,200. Ms. Aarti Kiran Surendra Vyavharkar for securing her postgraduate degree Master of Commerce from University of Mumbai, securing 52.1%, and for overall academic excellence, a total prize amount of rupees 9,200.
Evening everybody, I'm Aarti Kiran Surendra Vyavharkar. I live in Andheri. During my school days I had won few certificates. During my college days I was elected as an assistant class representative and was a member of a placement cell. This function is extremely motivating for all the aspirants. I thank Pathare Prabhu Charities for giving me this meritorious award. I thank my parents, teachers, my colleagues, and all my friends for giving me support in achieving my endeavors. Thank you.
Mrs. Twarita Sanjay Sharad Darve for securing her postgraduate degree Master of Business Administration from Sikkim Manipal University, securing an A grade and 84.07%, and for overall academic excellence, a total prize amount of Rs 9,200.
नमस्कार. आजचा हा कार्यक्रम म्हणजे एक सोहळाच असतो. कारण प्रत्येक पाठारे प्रभूचं एक स्वप्न असतं की आयुष्यात एकदा तरी आपण स्वतः किंवा आपल्या मुलांनी हे पारितोषिक पटकावावं. आणि आज माझ्या आईवडिलांचं ते स्वप्न पूर्ण झालं देवाच्या कृपेने आणि माझ्या पतीच्या म्हणजे संजयच्या प्रोत्साहनामुळे. माझ्या मुलींनी मला मदत केली, माझ्या भाचीने मला मदत केली अभ्यास करायला. कारण जसं तुम्ही पाहता या सगळ्यांमध्ये मला वाटते मी सगळ्यात लहान असेल. त्यामुळे एक बक्षीस मिळवायला जी मेहनत मला घ्यावी लागली ती मलाही माहीत आहे आणि माझ्या घरच्यांनाही माहीत आहे. आणि त्यांनी मला खरोखरच मनापासून प्रोत्साहन तर दिलंच पण मदतही केली. प्राईज मनी जे दिले आजचं त्या दात्यांचं नुसतंच कौतुक नको करायला तर मनापासून आभार मानायला हवे. कारण बक्षिसाचा 1 रुपयाही फार महत्त्वाचा असतो, ही तर फार मोठी रक्कम आहे. आणि पाठारे प्रभू चॅरिटीजचं कौतुक मी काय करणार. त्यांच्याच खांद्यावरती मी खेळली आहे, त्यांच्या वाडीतून मोठी झाली आहे. आणि आज त्यांच्याचकडून हे बक्षीस घेताना मला नुसताच आनंद होत नाही तर सारखं अभिमान वाटतोय. कारण पाथारे प्रभू चॅरिटीज प्रत्येक वर्षी हा कार्यक्रम दिमागदार पद्धतीने सादर करतात आणि नवनव्या किंवा त्याच विद्यार्थ्यांना सुद्धा प्रोत्साहन देतात की प्रत्येक वर्षी त्यांनी अजून एक पाऊल पुढे जाऊन नवीन विक्रम प्रस्थापित करावा. थँक्यू सो मच पाथारे प्रभू चॅरिटीज. प्लीज कीप अप द गुड वर्क. थँक्यू.
Ms. Mayura Nilesh Ganpatrao Pradhan for securing her postgraduate degree Master of Business Administration from Sikkim Manipal University, securing 72.28%, and for overall academic excellence, a total prize amount of Rs 9,200.
Good evening. My name is Mayura Nilesh Pradhan, daughter of Mr. Nilesh Ganpatrao Pradhan and Mrs. Sugarna Nilesh Pradhan. After my graduation in chemistry, I have done my post-graduation in perfumery cosmetic management. Earlier, I worked as a product development scientist and then later on joined SH Kelkar and Company, where I am right now working as a junior creative fragrance manager. You can say perfumes, fragrances, it has always been my passion, my inspiration to give new creations. To understand the perfumery market better, I pursued my MBA in marketing, for which I am being felicitated today. Just to give a glimpse of what I do is, you can say I am majorly the thinking head behind creating all those fragrances which you all use in your day-to-day routine, right from deos, soaps, talcs, cosmetics, right to air fresheners, agarbattis, detergents, etc. and so on. I love to spread this fragrant knowledge regarding the perfumes and cosmetics. I have always loved doing this by being an external guide to the perfumery students for their thesis. Finally, I would like to thank the Board of Trustees of Pathare Prabhu Charities and all the donors for appreciating my educational achievements. And you can say this prestigious award function is truly an inspiration to the upcoming talent. So whenever you smell anything nice, just remember me. Thank you everyone.
Mr. Raunak Sameer Balkrishna Vijayakar for securing his postgraduate degree Master of Business Administration from Marketing from Amity University, securing 80.8%, and for overall academic excellence, a total prize amount of Rs 9,200.
Good evening. I would like to thank two sets of people. The first set of persons are those who made this platform available to us, and the other, of course, who helped me get there. So thank you.
Can I ask Ms. Apurva Nitin Jaipal Pathare for passing her HSC Arts examination, securing 75.67%, a total prize amount of rupees 8,000 to come and collect. Ms. Samira Kiran Pushpasen Rani, now known as Mrs. Samira Samrat Lal, for securing her postgraduate degree Master of Business Administration, MBA Marketing from National University of Singapore, securing 4.32 points, and for overall academic excellence, a total prize amount of rupees 9,200. Ms. Samira has written a letter to us which I'll be reading, and her mother, Mrs. Janhavi Kiran Rani, would be collecting the award on her behalf. Ms. Samira writes, I would like to express my deepest thanks to you for recognizing and awarding my academic performance at my MBA from the National University of Singapore. The Pathare Prabhu Charities has always supported and encouraged my academic efforts right from my school days, be it the ICSE exam, HSC exam, or my engineering degree, and I am immensely grateful for this. Your efforts in advancing and encouraging academic achievements are very commendable and make me even prouder to belong to a fine community. I am especially thankful that this latest award which you have conferred upon me, despite me not being in India, it shows me how much the community values every member, no matter which part of the world they live in. I apologize for not being able to receive this award in person due to my work commitments in Singapore. My mother will be collecting it on my behalf. My thoughts, prayers and good wishes are with you. Thank you once again. Your support and encouragement motivate the youth of our community to aim high and go achieve their dreams. Best regards, Samira. Thank you. We have a next award winner, Mr. Niket Kiran Chandrakant Navalkar, for securing his postgraduate master's degree in financial management from University of Mumbai, securing 61.7%, and for overall academic excellence, a total prize amount of rupees 9,200.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. I'm Niket Kiran Chandrakant. I'm now Navalkar. I'm working with HSBC, and I've got this award. I've just completed my master's in financial management, for which this award has been conferred on me. It's really a pleasure to be on the receiving end of any honor or of any award. And today, Pathare Prabhu Charities have given me this pleasure by considering me for this award. I really thank all the members of Pathare Prabhu Charities for bestowing me with this award. Any award is obviously a huge motivator and it gives you strength and encourages us to achieve greater heights. And I'm sure for all these young worries who share the dais with me, for them this will also be a great motivator. And I'm certainly also sure that you will see many of these young awardees who are there currently on the stage. You will see them many more times and years to come. I thank all the donors who generously donated for such generously donated for this purpose, because of which such annual award is being regularly conducted by Pathare Prabhu Charities. I also thank. I would also like to congratulate all the fellow awardees here sitting here on the dais with me, and wish them all the very best for the future and in whatever profession they wish to pursue in future. Thank you very much. Above all, I would like to thank my family, my mom, dad, my brother, my sister-in-law, and last but not the least, my wife for allowing me for a late night group studies. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ms. Shweta Shirish Pandurang Pathare for securing her postgraduate degree Master of Management Studies from University of Mumbai, securing 70.85%, and for overall academic excellence, a total prize amount of Rs 9,200.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Shweta Shirish Pathare, and I am extremely honored to be receiving this award. Well, I have faced many challenges on my way up here, but each challenge has only strengthened me and made me the person I am today. A professional who knows exactly what she wants, and someone who sets her goals and does not take her eyes off it unless and until it is achieved. Well, I wouldn't be receiving this award hadn't it been for my friends and families for their support and for whom I have deep respect. A special thanks to a few people. Firstly, my mom. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be recognized as the girl with the most yummiest food in her dabbas back then at college. And of course, I was also well known for being one of the top scorers. Then my dad for his belief in me. My sister who has been my rock and who has been my backbone all through my life. And my Aji for her blessings. Well, lastly, I'd like to thank all the members of the Pathare Prabhu Charities for encouraging all of us and for giving us recognition in our small little Pathare Prabhu family. And I promise to work better and see you here soon, hopefully for a different award next time. Thank you.
Mr. Ameya Vinod Madhav Prabhakar for securing his postgraduate degree Master of Science in Biotechnology from Indian Institute of Technology, IIT Mumbai, securing CPI of 9.65, and for overall academic excellence, a total prize amount of Rs 9,200.
Respected Chief Guests and ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to one and all. I am Ameya Vinod Prabhakar, son of Mr. Vinod Madhav Prabhakar and Mrs. Netra Vinod Prabhakar. I completed my MSc in Biotechnology from Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, that is IIT Bombay. Currently, I am pursuing my PhD in Nanomedicine Lab at IIT Bombay. Currently, we are working on developing ultrasound-triggered drug delivery systems for the treatment of cancer. Today, I would say that my journey from academia to a research field has really been successful. And the credit goes first and foremost to my Sadguru Bapu, Dr. Aniruddha Joshi, Nandai, Suchit Dada, and Mahishasurnavardhini Mata for their constant blessings that have helped me reach this stage. I would also take this opportunity to thank my parents for their constant support and encouragement. I would like to thank my grandparents, a special mention to my grandmother, late Srimati Lakshmi Madhav Prabhakar, without whose help I would not have reached here. I would also like to thank all my teachers from Lilavati Podar, Ruya and IIT Bombay who have helped me take up research as a career. The decision to take up research as a career field comes from a very motivating experience with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. An opportunity to meet him in person was a driving force that helped me take up research. When he was asked the question that what do you think that India needs to become a developed country, there's just one thing that he said: research, research and research. I think that one word spoke volumes and definitely inspired me to take up research as a career. As far as this event is concerned, it gives me a great privilege to be here for the fourth time. And I genuinely thank the Pathare Prabhu communities for giving me this opportunity and rewarding me this. I would also take this opportunity to congratulate all the fellow members on the dais for having made unique contributions to their respective fields and also wishing you all the very best for your future endeavors. As a concluding note, I would like to thank the donors for the gracious award. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and have a great evening.
Mr. Saket Nitant Prakash Trilokekar for passing his Bachelor of Commerce BCom examination from University of Mumbai, securing 80.72%, a total prize amount of Rs 8,300.
Hello, I am Sakit Nitan Trilogekar. I secured 80.71% in BCom, and I thank the organizers, Pathare Prabhu Charities, for giving this award. Thank you.
Ms. Dipti Sandeep Sharad Desai for securing her postgraduate degree Master of Science in Family and Community Sciences from MS University, Baroda, securing 70.89%, and for overall academic excellence, a total prize amount of Rs 9,200.
Good evening, everyone. Honorable Chairman and respected committee members, I would like to thank all of you for giving me such a prestigious award. And I would like to thank all the donors for their valuable contribution. Presently, I'm working as a fashion designer in a fashion house in Pune. And I have done my master's in clothing and textile, my specialization in Paithani and product diversification in Baroda. Last but not the least, I would like to thank my sincere thanks to my parents. Without of their support, everything is impossible. Thank you.
Mrs. Ashlima Karthik Makaran Kirtikar for securing her postgraduate degree Master of Science in Project Management from University of Boston, USA, securing a GPA of 3.72 out of 4, and for overall academic excellence, a total prize amount of Rs 9,200. As Ms. Ashlima is in US, her mother, Mrs. Neela Prakash Durandar, will be receiving the award. Mr. Karan Vikram Ashok Velkar for securing his postgraduate degree Master of Science in Pharmaceutical Systems Management from New Jersey Institute of Technology, USA, securing an A grade, and for overall academic excellence, a total prize amount of Rs 9,200. As he was in US, his mother, Mrs. Ashini Vikram Velkar, will be receiving the award on his behalf. Dr. Ms. Snigdha Pratap Ramdatta Ajinkya, now known as Dr. Mrs. Snigdha Amrish Saraf, for securing her postgraduate degree in medical faculty, Diplomat of National Board in Radio Diagnosis, NBE from Maharashtra Medical Council, Mumbai, a certificate issued by National Board of Examinations, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, and for overall academic excellence, a total prize amount of Rs 9,700.
Good evening, everybody. Respected guests and all my well-wishers here. I thank all of you for being here today, and thank the Board of Trustees of the Pathare Prabhu Charities for giving me this honor. And my parents have always been my pillars of support, but they couldn't come here today. It's for them that I'm here actually, but they couldn't make it. But I have two very special people here with me. My husband and my mother-in-law. They are probably seeing me for the first time taking an award from somebody. I thank them for the support. It's only because of their support that I have completed my post-graduation. So thank you all of you. Thank you.
Dr. Tanmay Pradeep Gajanan Vijayakar, who is also the grandson of our trustee, Dr. Gajanan Vamanrao Vijayakar, for securing his doctorate degree, Doctor of Medicine in Homeopathic Medical Science from SK Homeopathic Medical College, Beed, Maharashtra, University Health Sciences, Nashik, and for overall academic excellence, a total prize amount of Rs 9,700.
Good evening, everyone. I think I would begin with a bit differently. I would like to thank the god of cricket, Sachin Tendulkar.
Because of his thank you speech, I could actually speak today. My speech would be based on him. So 5 years back, my dad had received this. He was on this side of stage, receiving for award for MD in homeopathy. At this age, if he could do it, manages right from morning 11 to midnight 12. He has his clinic. He could manage his clinic, his studies, traveling up and down to Allahabad, coming down. So I had no excuse to say that I can't do MD because I don't have time. Because in my initial practice, I have a lot of time to do that. So my dad was a great inspiration for me. Secondly, I would like to thank my guru, Dr. Praful Vijayakar. He is a well-known homeopath, not only in India but also internationally. I would say he is the Renan Martin of homeopathy. He puts us to test and shows us the beauty of this modern science called as homeopathy. I would like to thank my sisters, Dr. Svetali, Dr. Mitali, who are also in the same field and who have solved many of my queries. They are laughing there still, but they have solved many of my queries, which I have not acknowledged because of my big brother ego, but never late to thank them. And I would like to thank my mom, who had sowed the seed of education. And lastly, I would like to thank the donors, the board of trustees, and the chief guest, who has taken his time on a Sunday evening to felicitate us. Thanks a lot.
Dr. Mrs. Madhumita Sameer Gajanan Karpade for securing her doctorate in philosophy in chemistry, the subject of her thesis being environmental pollution studies along Bhavans College campus of Andheri, Mumbai, from the Jagdish Prasad Jhabarmal Tibrewala University, Rajasthan, and for overall academic excellence, a total prize amount of rupees 9,700.
Hello, good evening. It is a matter of great pleasure and a great honor to be felicitated and appreciated in my own community of Pathare Prabhus. I thank the donors who have made this possible, and I'm sure this will go on a long way, encouraging others from the community. I thank my mother, Mrs. Chitra Suhas Tarpade, who has always stood by me and protected me. And I also thank my husband, son and father-in-law and other family members without whose support this was not possible. Thank you very much.
Dr. Professor Mrs. Anita Sunil Pandurang Kothare for securing her doctorate in philosophy, PhD, in the subject of Indian culture from the University of Mumbai, and for overall academic excellence, a total prize amount of rupees 9,700.
व्यासपीठावरती उपस्थित असलेली सर्व मान्यवर व्यक्ती, वडीलधारी मंडळी, विश्वस्त चॅरिटीजचे विद्यार्थीजन आणि बांधवांनो आणि भगिनींनो, सर्वप्रथम मी चॅरिटीजच्या विश्वस्तांचे अत्यंत आभारी आहे. त्याचबरोबर मी पाठारे प्रभू ज्ञातीचे आभारी आहे, कारण त्यांनी मला घडवलं. आज जे काही तुमच्यासमोर बोलू शकते एक्सटर्नल स्पीचेस, ते या पाठारे प्रभू ज्ञातीने मला शिकवले, या सोशल समाजाने मला शिकवले. मला इथे बसताना मला सर्वप्रथम म्हणजे माझे विचार जे आहेत ते गेले डायव्हर्सिटी लॉज म्हणजे जिकडे मला बीके धुरंधर गोल्ड मेडल मिळालं होतं, आणि आज हे चॅरिटीचं भव्य म्हणजे सोहळा बघून माझे पारणे अत्यंत फिटले आहेत. मी खरोखर त्यांचे आभारी आहे, त्यांनी एवढा सुंदर कार्यक्रम सुरू केलेला आहे. त्याचबरोबर मला या क्षणी मला सदाशिवराव गोरक्षकर आठवतात. त्यांनी मला शिकवले की ते आहेत आज इकडे असते तर मला अत्यंत आनंद झाला असता. त्याचबरोबर कैलासवासी नारायण झाबा, प्रमोद काका आठवतात. त्यांनी मला सांगितलं, अनिता पेपर घेऊन लिहू नकोस, बोलू नकोस, मुक्त आणि एक्सटेम्पर बोल. त्या सर्वांचे मी अत्यंत आभारी आहे. त्याचबरोबर ज्यांनी मला PhD मिळवण्यास मदत केली ते माझे पप्पा डॉक्टर कैलासवासी अरविंद तुळशीदास राणे. ते सतत माझ्यावर असतात. त्यांनी मला शिकवलं, उठ आणि चालायला सुरुवात कर. माझे डॉक्टर उदय अरदाल. त्याचबरोबर माझ्या सासूबाई सौ सुशीला पांडुरंग, मी सौच बोलते त्यांना. त्यांनी सांगितलं, जा उठ, चालायला लाग आणि सगळं कामं कर. लागते सगळी किचन. त्याचबरोबर मी माझे सगळे म्हणजे वर्षात काही कळवले त्यांची अत्यंत आभारी आहे. तरी म्हटलं मी थिसिस टाईप करून देते, मग त्यांची पण मी अत्यंत आभारी. आणि सर्वात शेवटी माझे गुरु तर आहेत, परंतु दोन व्यक्ती ज्या महत्वाच्या म्हणजे सुनील, ज्या सुनीलने मला घडवलं आणि ज्या सुनीलने मला घडवण्यास मदत केली, त्या दोन्ही सुनील डॉक्टर श्रीमती सुनील अनंत राणे आणि श्री सुनील पांडुरंग कोठारे यांची मी अत्यंत आभारी. त्यांच्याशिवाय मी घडू शकली नसती. त्यामुळे सर्वांचे मी धन्यवाद मानते आणि या दात्यांचेही मी आभार मानते. धन्यवाद.
That brings us to the close of the awards function. A big thank you to Mrs. Suman Naik for patiently presenting the awards. Thank you very much, ma'am. I now call upon our senior most trustee, Shri Vidpal Rani, to speak about the late Mr. Suresh Sundarram Naik, the father of our distinguished chief guest, Shri Gautam Naik.
पाठारे प्रभू चॅरिटीजच्या इतिहासात संस्थेच्या व्यवस्थापनात, विशेषतः आर्थिक व्यवहाराच्या व्यवस्थापनात ज्यांचं 48 वर्ष फार मोठं सहकार्य लाभलं, ज्यांचा फार मोठा आधार मिळाला, त्या सुरेश सुंदरराव नायक यांच्या पुण्यस्मृतीला कृतज्ञतेच्या भावनेने आदरांजली व्यक्त करण्याकरिता बंधू आणि भगिनींनो मी आपणास बोलतो. मुंबई सार्वजनिक विश्वस्त व्यवस्था अधिनियम 1950, बॉम्बे पब्लिक ट्रस्ट ऍक्ट, हा कायदा महाराष्ट्रातल्या सार्वजनिक, धार्मिक, धर्मदाय विश्वस्त व्यवस्था असलेल्या संस्थांच्या देखरेखीसाठी व त्यांच्या नियंत्रणावरती एक चांगल्या तरतुदी असणारा असा हा कायदा 1952 साली अस्तित्वात आला. या कायद्यानुसार विश्वस्त व्यवस्था असलेल्या सर्व या संस्थांच्या विश्वस्तांवरती चॅरिटी कमिशनकडे नोंदणी करणं हे त्यांचं कर्तव्य झालं. आणि त्याशिवाय या संस्थांच्या आर्थिक व्यवहाराचं लेखापरीक्षण, स्टॅट्युटरी ऑडिट, हे चार्टर्ड अकाउंटंट असलेल्या व्यक्तीकडूनच झालं पाहिजे असं बंधनकारक झालं. त्यावेळी 1952-53 साली पाठारे प्रभू चॅरिटीज पुढे चार्टर्ड अकाउंटंट नेमण्याची परिस्थिती निर्माण झाली. माझे वडील रामराव मोठाबाई राणे हे त्यावेळी पाठारे प्रभू चॅरिटीजच्या व्यवस्थापक समितीचे एक सभासद होते. माझ्या वडिलांचे सुरेश सुंदरराव नायक फार चांगल्या परिचयाचे होते. दोघेही फार्ममध्ये राहत होते. माझे वडील, आम्ही कुटुंब फार्ममध्ये होतो. सुरेश नायक त्यांच्या वडिलांसमवेतही फार्ममध्ये राहत होते. तेव्हा वडिलांच्या शिफारशीनुसार पाथारे प्रभू चॅरिटीजनी 1953 साली सुरेश नायकांची स्टॅट्युटरी ऑडिटर म्हणून नेमणूक केली आणि त्यावेळेपासून सुरेश नायकांनी ही जबाबदारी त्यांच्यावरती घेतली. 1953 सालानंतर 4 वर्षाच्या काळात अवधीमध्ये पाठारे प्रभू चॅरिटीजच्या व्यवस्थापक समितीची एक निवडणूक झाली. पाठारे प्रभू न्यातीच्या अत्यंत प्रचंड उत्साहाच्या वातावरणामध्ये त्या संस्थेची व्यवस्थापक समितीची निवडणूक झाली. त्या निवडणुकीला माझ्या वडिलांची पिढी होती. सर्व जे निवडणुकीला उमेदवार अति उत्साहाने आणि अटीने जे आले होते ते सर्व माझ्या वडिलांचे होते. पुढली पिढी होती. नाही म्हणाला त्या उमेदवारांमध्ये मी एकटा फक्त छोटासा तरुण उमेदवार होतो. पण माझ्या सुदैवाने म्हणा, न्यातीच्या सुदैवाने म्हणा, न्यात्याने मला बहुमताने संयुक्त चिटणीस पदावर माझी नेमणूक केली 1957 साली. माझं वय फक्त 28 वर्षाचं होतं. कोणत्याही तऱ्हेचा त्या संस्थेबद्दल कार्याचा अनुभव नव्हता. मी स्वतः सायन्सचा पदवीधर. बुककीपिंग अँड अकाउंटन्सीचं ज्ञान मला जरा सुद्धा नव्हतं. पण संयुक्त चिटणीस पदावर असल्यानंतर आणि सर्वात लहान तरुण असल्यानंतर सामुदायिक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ज्याला आपण म्हणतो, कलेक्टिव्ह रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ज्याला आपण म्हणतो, त्या कलेक्टिव्ह रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीच्या तत्वानुसार संस्थेच्या आर्थिक व्यवहाराची सुद्धा जबाबदारी माझ्यावर आहे. पण माझ्या सुदैवाने पाठारे प्रभू चॅरिटीचे स्टॅट्युटरी ऑडिटर सुरेश सुंदरराव नायक होते. सुरेश हा माझ्या बालपणीचा मित्र. आम्ही एकत्र सांताक्रूजच्या पोद्दार शाळेमध्ये आमचं मॅट्रिकचं शिक्षण होईपर्यंत खाट टू सांताक्रूज आम्ही पालत ताई चालत होतो. त्या काळात स्वातंत्र्याच्या लढ्यामध्ये 1942च्या वातावरणामध्ये आम्ही दोघेही राष्ट्रसेवा दलामध्ये राष्ट्रप्रेमीचे धडे घेतले. मी त्यावेळी एका खारला राहत होतो. 12व्या रस्त्यावरती सिद्धारूढ भुवन होते. आमच्या सिद्धारूढ भुवनच्या इमारतीला चांगला वाडा होता. आम्ही एकत्र भरपूर खेळलो, क्रिकेट खेळलो, माफ करा आम्ही टेनिस बॉलने खेळलो. पुढे पाठारे प्रभू चॅरिटीच्या इतिहासामध्ये 57 सालापासून ते 2001 सालापर्यंत जवळजवळ 44 वर्ष मला सुरेश नायकांचा फार जवळचा सहवास लागला. संस्थेच्या आर्थिक व्यवहाराचं वार्षिक ऑडिट करणं, दैनंदिन व्यवहार सांभाळणं. त्यावेळी सुदैवाने 57 सालानंतर लगेच ताबडतोब 1958 साली ज्ञातीतल्या 2 महान दात्याने संस्थेला स्थावर मालमत्तेचं दान केलं. मुकुंदराव दादाजी दाबजी राणे यांनी अंधेरीची त्यांची स्थावर मालमत्ता चॅरिटीला बहाल केली. शांताबाई ब्रह्मांडकर याने कमलाबाई ब्रह्मांडकर हा त्यांच्या बहिणीच्या नावाने हॉल बांधण्याकरता सुरेश विठ्ठल हॉल मेमोरियलच्या वरती 15,000ची देणगी दिली. या 2 देणगींच्या मुळे त्यावेळी नवीन वास्तू निर्माण करण्याचं कार्य त्या व्यवस्थापक आणि ह्या नवीन वास्तू निर्माण करण्याच्या कार्यामध्ये अनेक आर्थिक उलाढाली झाल्या. मुकुंदराव आश्रम अंधेरीचं, डायमंड जुबली मेमोरियल, मुकुंदराव स्मारक भवन, गुलाब स्मृती, माहीमला अनेक्सी बिल्डिंग, कमळाबाई ब्रह्मांडकर हॉल आणि शेवटी सभागृह अंधेरीचा हॉल. ह्या वास्तू उभारण्याच्या कार्यामध्ये अनेक आर्थिक व्यवहार झाले आणि त्या आर्थिक व्यवहाराचा हिशोब ठेवणं, बुककीपिंग करणं हे त्यावेळी संस्थेच्या ऑफिसमध्ये काम करणारे कर्मचारी हे काही तज्ज्ञ नव्हते, तर वडिलांच्या वयातले गरजू वयस्क मंडळी होती. अशा वेळी मला जो आधार मिळाला संस्थेमध्ये तो सुरेश नायकांचा. सुरेश नायकांनी स्वतः या कामामध्ये परिश्रम घेतले. स्वतः चोपड्या घेऊन संस्थेच्या अकाउंट बुक घेऊन आपल्या घरी जात असत. त्यावेळी सुरेश नायक वाली रोडवरती बँड्राला जून ब्लॉसम सोसायटीमध्ये राहत होते. प्रभाताई त्यांच्या पत्नी इथे माझ्या विनंतीनुसार खास हजर आहे. सुरेश नायक स्वतः घेऊन जात आणि मला बोलवून गेले. रात्रीचे 12 वाजेपर्यंत ते चॅरिटीचे अकाउंटचं काम चालू ठेवलं आणि मला अभिमानाने आणि कृतज्ञतेने सांगावं असं वाटतं का प्रभाताई आज झालेला आहे, मला जेवढ्याशिवाय जाऊन घेत नसेल. मी आज त्यांना खास त्या अहमदनगरला असतात त्यांना मी आज खास विनंती करून आज इथे बोलावले का जाहीरपणे मी त्यांना त्यांचे आभार मानण्यासाठी मी त्यांना बोलावले. मी त्यावेळेला लहान होतो, हार ओढून वाजवायला त्यांच्या घरी जात असेल 12 वाजेपर्यंत मी सुरेश नाईकांच्या सहवास करतो आणि प्रभाताई माझ्या जेवणाची व्यवस्था करत असतो. पुढे काळ गेला आणि 90 ते 94 सालामध्ये ज्ञातीच्या 3 संस्थांचं विलीकरणाचं फार मोठं कार्य आलं. पाठारे प्रभू नर्सिंग असोसिएशन आणि पाठारे प्रभू रिलीफ फंड या 3 संस्थांचं पाठारे प्रभू चॅरिटीजमध्ये विलिनीकरण. त्या विलिनीकरणाच्या कार्यामध्ये एक खास समिती नेमली होती. मुकुंद अण्णाराव अजिंक्य यांच्या अध्यक्षतेखाली आणि रमण देसाई आणि कृष्णश्यामराव धुरंधर आणि सुरेश नायक हे तज्ज्ञ म्हणून त्या समितीमध्ये. त्यावेळी सुरेश नाईकांनी जे काम केलं ते खरोखर इतिहास आहे. पाठारे प्रभू नर्सिंग असोसिएशन काय किंवा पाठारे प्रभू चॅरिटीज काय किंवा पाठारे प्रभू रिलीफ फंड काय या संस्थांमध्ये त्या काळी छोट्या छोट्या रकमांचे आणि व्यक्तीच्या नावाने असे कायमस्वरूपी निधी होत्या. विशिष्ट कार्यासाठी एक 100 रुपये, एक 200 रुपयाची यंग मेन्स लिटररी सर्कल ही एक संस्था होती. त्या संस्थेने 200 रुपयाची देणगी पाठारे प्रभू रिलीफ फंडाला दिली होती. तर त्या व्याजाने त्या 200 रुपयाच्या 3.5% गव्हर्नन्स प्रॉमिसरी नोट ह्या 3.5% व्याजाने 60 रुपयाचं बक्षीस मॅट्रिकमध्ये येणाऱ्या पहिल्या विद्यार्थ्याला बक्षीस म्हणून देण्यात येते. अशा तऱ्हेचे छोटे छोटे चॅरिटीमध्ये असे 30 कायमस्वरूपी निधी होत्या ते व्यक्तीच्या नावाने. तीच गोष्ट रिलीफ फंडात होती, तीच गोष्ट नर्सिंग असोसिएशन. सुरेश नाईकांनी अमेरिकेशनची तारीख होती 10 ऑगस्ट 1994. सुरेश नाईकांनी स्वतः 10 ऑगस्ट 1994 ची परिस्थिती, आर्थिक परिस्थिती, अकाउंट, ट्रायल बॅलन्स शीट, इन्कम अँड एक्सपेंडिचर हे 10 ऑगस्ट 1994च्या दिवसाला जी परिस्थिती होती ती नर्सिंग असोसिएशन रिलीफ फंडाची सुरेश नाईकांनी तयार केली. दिसते तितकं सोपं नव्हतं. छोट्या छोट्या या अकाउंटचं त्याने एकत्रितपणे केलं आणि आज पाठारे प्रभू चॅरिटीजमध्ये कायमस्वरूपी जे फंड आहेत ते 5 आहेत. रिलीफ ऑफ पॉवर्टी, एज्युकेशनल फंड, मेडिकल फंड आणि एज्युकेशनल मेरिट प्राइज अवॉर्ड फंड. दात्याने 2 देणगी दिल्यानंतर फक्त ह्या 4 पैकी कुठच्या तरी एका फंडामध्ये जातं. पण सुरेश नाईकांच्या त्या काळामध्ये असे 30 फंड होते. किंवा सुरेश नाईकांनी जे विलिनीकरणाच्या कामामध्ये जी प्रगती केली ते फार उत्कृष्ट काम केलं. ते खरोखर इतिहास जमा आहे. त्यानंतर अंधेरीचा सभागृह बांधला. अंधेरीचा सभागृह बांधण्याचं कार्य 1988 पासून ते 1998 पर्यंत चालू होतं. 10 वर्षाचा काळ त्या संस्थेमध्ये गेला आणि आज खरोखर सांगण्याची गोष्ट आहे की या 10 वर्षाच्या अकाउंट सुरेश नाईकांनी कॅबिनेट स्टेटमेंटमध्ये दर वर्षाच्या वार्षिक अहवालामध्ये छापत. कुठेही शंका घ्यायला वाव नाही. त्यासाठी सुरेश नाईकांचा आम्ही जेव्हा उद्घाटन समारंभ झाला तेव्हा मी त्यांचा सत्कार केला. आज पाठारे प्रभू चॅरिटीमध्ये आर्थिक व्यवहाराच्या बाबतीमध्ये जे पद्धतशीरपणा आहे तो पद्धतशीरपणा कसा आहे तर प्रत्येक महिन्याला विश्वस्तांच्या सभेला कॉन्सॉलिडेटेड स्टेटमेंट ज्याला समजते कॉन्सॉलिडेटेड स्टेटमेंट ऑफ ट्रायल बॅलन्स, इन्कम अँड एक्सपेंडिचर आणि बँकेचा कॅश फ्लो हे दर महिन्याला विश्वस्तांना सादर केलं जातं. त्याचा परिणाम असा होतो की वर्ष संपतात 31 मार्चला पाठारे प्रभू चॅरिटीजचे ऑडिटेड अकाउंट तयार असतात. काही आमच्या मित्रांना शंका येते तर पाठारे प्रभू चॅरिटीजचे अकाउंट 31 मार्चला कसे काय व्हावे. पण ज्यांना शंका असेल त्याने जरूर चॅरिटी ऑफिसमध्ये यावं आणि पाहावं की दर महिन्याला विश्वस्तांच्या सभेपुढे विश्वस्तांना कॉम्प्युटराइज कॉपी दिली जाते. ह्याचा पाया सुरेश नाईकांनी घातला. सुरेश नाईकांनी मला शिकवलं ट्रायल बॅलन्स कसं बनवायचं. त्यावेळेला कॉम्प्युटर्स नव्हते, टायपरायटर्स होते. पण टाईपरायटरवरती सुद्धा सुरेश नाईक माझ्याकडून दर महिन्याला ट्रायल बॅलन्स बनवून घेत असत. सुरेश नाईकांची जी सर्व्हिस आहे ती खरोखर इतिहास जमा. स्वभावाने तर एकदम मन मिळावं, कोणाशीही भांडले नाही, कोणाशीही तंटा नाही. जे स्नेहाचं नातं त्याने ठेवलं ते त्याने शेवटपर्यंत ठेवलं. मी आज जवळजवळ 56 वर्ष या संस्थेमध्ये आहे. त्या 56 वर्षापैकी 44 वर्ष मला सुरेश नाईकांचा प्रत्यक्ष सहवास झाला आणि आजच्या या समारंभाला सुदैवाने त्यांचे चिरंजीव आज आम्हाला मुख्य पाहुणे म्हणून. सुरेश नाईकांनी 1953 साली ते सुरू केलं. ते 2013 साली आज त्यांच्या व्यवसायाला 60 वर्ष पूर्ण होत आहे. इट इज अ डायमंड जुबिली ऑफ देअर प्रोफेशनल सर्व्हिस. हे खरोखर सुरेश नाईकांच्या नंतर त्यांचे चिरंजीव आज आमचे प्रमुख पाहुणे हेही तितके हुशार आहेत. त्यांचाही आम्हाला फार मोठा आधार आहे. सुरेश नाईक त्यांच्याबरोबर त्यांचे कलिग आहेत, सुरेश आगासकर आहेत, रवी अजित राव आहेत. यांचाही आम्हाला फार मोठा आधार आज संस्थेला मिळालेला आहे. तुमची ही आजची गॅदरिंग झाली तर डिसेंबरपासून त्यांचं स्टॅट्युटरी ऑडिट सुरू होतं. ते 3 महिने 4 महिने चालतं आणि 31 मार्चला आमचं स्टॅट्युटरी ऑडिट अकाउंट तयार असतात. एप्रिलच्या पहिल्या आठवड्यात आमचे विश्वस्त त्याच्यावरती सह्या करतात आणि मेमध्ये आमचा छापील अहवाल सादर होतो. आज प्रभाताई आल्यात. माझ्या विनंतीला मान देऊन मी त्यांचे खूप धन्यवाद. त्याने माझी फार काळजी घेतली. माझ्या जेवणाची ते दररोज सोय असत. मी दररोज त्यांच्याकडे जात असते. त्या वांद्र्यावरून निघाल्या, त्या मालाडला त्या लिबर्टी गार्डनमध्ये गेल्या. तिथेही सुद्धा मला सुरेश नाईक बोलून घेतले आणि सुरेश नाईकांचे उपकार या आयुष्यभर. धन्यवाद.
Thank you for telling us about the late Shri Suresh Naik. May I now request our chief guest, Mr. Gautam Naik, to address the gathering and share his thoughts with our audience.
Chairman of the Pathare Prabhu Charities, Shri Uday, respected trustees of the Pathare Prabhu Charities, prize winners, all of them here today who have achieved so much, and my fellow Pathare Prabhus. First of all, I'd like to extend my hearty congratulations to the prize winners. Looking at some of their achievements, fills me with envy. The achievements that they have achieved at such a young age, many of them, I think it gives many of us an inferiority complex or wishes that one could have achieved the way that they have achieved today. Let me also thank the Pathare Charities for inviting me to speak today as the chief guest and honoring me actually by this, and for the kind words of introduction, as well as for honoring my father, Suresh Naik. Well, one thing I'd like to start off with, when you speak on a subject, a general subject, it's very difficult. When you speak on a technical subject, I've spoken hundreds of times, so therefore, a technical subject is very easy. So I said, what do I start off with? Well, first, some movies start off with a disclaimer. Well, I would like to start off with one disclaimer. When this venue was announced, a lot of people asked me that, is it because you stay at Paradise, that's why the venue is shifted to Paradise, including my sister and my aunt. Well, let me clarify. I did not know that this venue even existed. It was Uday Mankar who informed me about it. Let me clarify about that. As Mr. Virpal Rani pointed out, I think our association with charities goes back on more than 60 years. My association goes back ever since I started my article in the Chartered Accountant as a CA Article Club in 1982. So, for over 30 years, I have observed the functioning of the charities. I have been closely associated with various aspects. And today, among chartered accountants, I'm regarded as somewhat of an expert in the taxation of charitable trusts. A lot of chartered accountants come to me for advice on taxation of charitable trust issues. I would say that the main reason for this expertise has been the fact that I have been handling the taxation of the Pathare Charities and other institutions of the Pathare Prabhu community, including Pathare Prabhu Relief Fund and Pathare Prabhu Nursing Association. So I have also gained a lot from my association with the Pathare Prabhu Charities. I have of course also been associated with this prize distribution function for 7 years. I think earlier we used to have the format of a guest speaker, and at that point of time, I think around 12 to 14 years back, I was a guest speaker at that point of time. My children, of course, have also received prizes over the years, and I think they really cherish those memories of that prize distribution. When one looks back at the evolution of the charities over the last 3 decades, I think one sees a significant change from what it was 3 decades ago and to what it is today. You have heard about the merger of the 3 organizations which took place in 1994. The construction of the Andheri halls, I think, in fact, the other day, a chartered accountant friend of mine asked me that this Pathare Prabhu Charities hall, it's an excellent hall. How do they manage it? I was able to say with pride, that this is an organization, it's an ideal organization, which way they have been functioning. We've seen this function of prize distribution growing from a small function with maybe a couple of 100 people, a little over 100 people attending at the Andheri hall. Today, it moved in the car where we had 400, 500 people attending, and today where even with a capacity of 600, we see people standing for lack of space. So that is, I think, something which is a testimony to the functioning of the charities. The members of the community have full faith in the charities and the trustees. I think you can see the large number of donations which are received from year to year. In fact, recently an uncle of mine passed away just a few days back, and he has that confidence in the trustees of the Pathare Prabhu Charities that he has bequeathed a major part of his estate to the charities. So the reason for this is the transparency in the functioning and the selfless attitude of the trustees. Mr. Vidpal Rane referred to the finalization of accounts in the first week of April. Now, let me tell you that the functioning of the Pathare Prabhu Charities, so far as the accounting is concerned, and finalization of the accounts, etc., would put to shame many a listed company. The amount of disclosures that they make in the annual report, though they're not required by law to make such disclosures, very often, in fact, when we go for, we have an income tax assessment of the charities, all the details that the tax officer asks for are already contained in that report. That's the extent of disclosure. So, though it's supposed to be a detailed disclosure. The trustees, I think, of the charities have always been people of vision and farsighted, as witnessed from the fact that when the charities were set up way back in the early part of the century, of the last century, there were very few communities which had this far-sighted vision to look after the not so well-off members of the community. The charities have been functioning well, I think, for the last, but for every organization, what happens is over the centuries, things change. Now it's perhaps time for the charities also to strategize and look forward to the next century, how the charities need to function. In this digital, particularly with the digital age, etc., I think that's something which I have been always suggesting to the charities that something is there. And I'm sure, I think the trustees also need to involve maybe younger members of the community. I've been suggesting that. I'm sure that many of the prize winners will be very happy to be associated with this aspect. Coming back to the prize winners, I think very happy if you look at the prize winners, the diverse academic achievements. There are 2 doctorates, there's postgraduates, there are postgraduates in science and management. And if you look at the last couple of centuries, the last century was the century of industrial revolution, I would say. You had a lot of growth in industry. But they say the current century is that of knowledge. And that is something, I think, which we are fortunate. All of us are fortunate to have been born in a community which lays great value on achievement, on the education, particularly higher education. You've heard all the students refer to how their parents have encouraged them, their grandparents. So that's something which has been ingrained in all of us. In fact, I always remember my father's dictum. He used to always say that rather than leave wealth for your children, give them the best possible education. And that's quite similar to the Chinese proverb, which says that you give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, but you teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. And over the years, when one is young, one doesn't realize the value of that. But as you look back, you realize you've seen so many examples of people who've inherited a lot of wealth, but they've not been able to build on that wealth, they've not squandered it away. But at the same time, you see people who have come up from humble origins, who've been able to come up by sheer dint of their education and their hard work. So that's something which proves the correctness of that adage. We've also, I think, as a community, we are fortunate that we've had Mumbai as a base for so many centuries. Mumbai, as you know, is a place where people come from all over India to make their careers and fortunes. So being long-time residents of Mumbai, I think we need to take full advantage of that. It's something which we take for granted, the fact that we've been living in Mumbai, but how do we do that? And for that, I think what we need to develop, possibly, I think each of us needs to develop, and that's the way we would be able to grow. Let me just share a few tips over the next 5-10 minutes from personal experience. When we talk of education, I think education is not just getting degrees and qualifications. That is necessary, but that I would say is the beginning of education. In fact, it reminds me of that saying by Mark Twain, which said that I never let my schooling interfere with my education. So that was the saying. But so degree should not be the aim and the end of the quest for knowledge. I think that's something which I've seen that one can continue to be relevant to any organization only if one continues to learn throughout one's career. In fact, I often tell my artist clerks who qualify as chartered accountants, and all of you would be aware that the chartered accountants course is a very course with a vast portion. It's something which requires a lot of learning. But I always feel that when I look back, that what do we learn on your CA examination is probably 1% of what you need to know to be a successful chartered accountant. So therefore your learning really starts after you qualify as a chartered accountant, and I'm sure that the same holds good for the other disciplines as well. Now, whatever growth one desires in one's chosen career, whether it is employment, whether it's a profession, whether you want to be a businessman, that I think can come only through upgrading of one's skill and knowledge. And that upgradation is a lifetime thing which one has to keep in mind. And therefore, I think it's important that one has to choose a career of one's liking. Nowadays, fortunately, I think one has a vast choice. Earlier, the professions in nowadays, we used to see that it was either the engineering profession, the medical profession, or chartered accountancy or law. And there were very few other choices other than that for professions. Now, fortunately, you have a much wider variety. And therefore, I think it's important to choose, after much thought, looking at what is the long-term potential of a particular profession, of a proposed career, and look at where do you want to be from 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now. And it's not just this learning of knowledge, as I said, which is important. It's also soft skills. As you grow in an organization, what happens is that you spend less time doing things and more time managing things, managing other people. That becomes more important. And therefore, if one really wants to grow in any organization in one's career, these skills of how to manage other people, the soft skills, as they call it, are also equally important. Very often, I think, in today's world, one tends to believe that, a lot of people have a feeling that, yes, success is measured by the amount of money one earns. But let me tell you that if you try to run after money, I think it doesn't work. What you need to do is focus on your career, focus on your skills, and the money will automatically follow. As they say, Lakshmi follows Saraswati. That's something which one can always do. And one sees that knowledge is always in demand, and it has an edge in the long term, one will see. The other aspect is about technology. Today, with the technology, a vast amount of knowledge is easily accessible. You can surf the net, get information on anything and everything that you want. There is sometimes one feels that there is an overload of information, a clutter of information which one has to try and figure out. And therefore it's important, I think, to figure out ways to access and focus on the really important information that you need. So that is something which I think is something which, if you are able to master that, that is something which will really help you in your career. When one looks at goals. A couple of students mentioned about their goals. Yes, it's extremely important to have a goal that one works towards. I remember my personal goal was to be the editor of the Bombay Chartered Accountant Journal. At that time, it was the magazine for chartered accountants. A lot of chartered accountants in practice used to only read the Bombay Chartered Accountant Journal. So that was my goal. Well, that goal was achieved 10 years ago. So perhaps I think it's something which I have done that maybe looking back, perhaps one's goal should be set much, much higher. Look at how things change over time and re-evaluate whether one's goal. And extremely important, I think, today though the community is in Mumbai, but our goal should not be restricted just to Mumbai, but look at worldwide. And I'm very happy to note that one of the students is a world topper in his exam in a particular subject. And therefore it's important not to restrict yourself just to Mumbai or India, but it's the world which you should look at as your target, and that's the way you can really achieve something. That's something which you should aim for. The other aspect is that it's just theoretical knowledge is also one part, and soft skills is another. But one of the most important things which I have learned, and where today we interview a lot of people as chartered accountants who are looking to build their careers, who just qualified. What we look at is not just their skills, mainly what is their attitude. The right attitude, I think, is what is important. What is it that you need to inculcate? The willingness to learn, the flexibility in working, interest in various assignments, working as part of a team. All these are equally important skills. And all this can come only if you enjoy your work, look at what is in the best interest of your organization and not just in your individual interest. And that's where you will grow individually along with the organization. So if you take care of the organization takes care of you. That's something which one has learned, I think. The other aspect, of course, is that in life, if one really wants to succeed, that the risk-taking ability is something which one has to take on. When you are young, you can afford to take risks. I'm sure all the prize winners would today try and do something which seems difficult. Doesn't matter if you fail once. In fact, there is, when you talk to venture capitalists, I have many venture capital clients, and they look at, when you talk to them, you realize that when they're looking at funding an entrepreneur, they look at somebody who's failed in his first business venture. They say because he's a better businessman having learned from his earlier failures. So that is something, so therefore failure is not the end of everything. In fact, failure will give you better, you'll learn better. And that's important that you think about that. Move out of your comfort zone. Very often one tends to believe that, something which I've been doing, let me continue doing that, I'm very good at it, let me just continue that, and I'm very happy doing that. I remember we used to have a senior employee who was with us for almost 40 years. He was also Pathare Prabhu. In fact, he had tremendous memory. He was handling the filing in our office, and he was so honest and so loyal to the organization. We were telling him that what we want you to do is stop handling this filing yourself. You get it done from the peons. You just supervise that they do it properly, etc. But he was so attached to the fact, and he was so comfortable with that. He said, no, I want to continue doing filing. I want to. So that is but that I think is not the right attitude. If you want to grow in your career, you have to move out of your comfort zone. Try and do things which you may not be comfortable with. Something new is always uncomfortable, but that's something which you need to look at. An extremely important thing is also, I think, we need to learn from friends, fellow workers. There are positives as well as negatives. I think in my career, I've been fortunate to have had good friends with similar goals, but coming from different backgrounds and therefore having different approaches to the same issue. So I've been able to fortunately discuss with them, and I think all of us have benefited by this interaction. In fact, today some of my partners, and most of my partners are Gujaratis or Boris, and my other partners also will attest to it that I think some of my partners are Pathare Prabhu also, of course, but all of us will attest to the fact that we've learned a lot from them. Today their approach towards risk taking, so whereas our approach is more conservative, that's something which I think we've learned about it. And again, I also learn quite a bit from even my students. I mean, from my architecture class, I've learned, it's, computer skills. I mean, I've never had any classes or anything, but I'm very hands-on on computers. In fact, in my office, I handle the information technology end as well. There's something which you can always learn from younger people. In fact, I've learned from the children as well. That's something which, so as I said, learn from anybody and everybody. There's always something to learn. And I think today's technology is something which we see in this world, that technology is changing the world as we see it, as we understand it. Earlier, for every meeting, one had to fly to the particular place and have a meeting face to face. That no longer happens. Today, it's on the computer, Skype calls, you have various conference calls. Most of the work gets done without personal face-to-face meetings. So technology has facilitated dramatic improvements in productivity, but technology keeps on changing. In fact, as you know, Moore's law, that the number of chips the number of ICs on the chip doubles every 1.5 years. So that's something which one needs to look at, that how to master and use technology efficiently. In older days, I think, I remember, of course, technology is a boon, but one has to learn how to use technology efficiently. I think that's something which, in earlier days, we used to just have postal mail and telephone calls which we had to return or reply to. But today, one has to respond to calls on the mobile, on the landline. You have emails, you have postal mails, you have SMS messages, you have WhatsApp, and how many other applications. So I think learning to handle all this technology in an efficient manner, and at the same time being able to focus on work, I think that is a skill, I think, which one has to learn, and that's something which, particularly, technology, as I said, is a boon, but provided you use it well. Otherwise, it could be a bane as well. So that's something which I'm sure that, fortunately, the younger generation is very clued into the technology, etc. But learning how to ensure that concentration on the job is there at the same time as use of technology, I think that's something which is very useful. It's something which helps. Well, I think at the end of a long function, I don't think I would want to take up more of your time. I would again wish all the prize winners the best in their future studies and their careers. I'm sure that we will see many of them again on this platform, not just as prize winners, but perhaps as chief guests in the future as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Naik, for your very enriching and inspiring words. I'm sure all the students on the dais and everyone present here have a lot of thoughts to take back. Pathare Prabhu Charities would like to thank the committed volunteers and panel doctors serving the community for many years. Every year we felicitate them at this function, but this year we felicitated them at a small function held on the eve of Diwali. Thank you once again to the dedicated volunteers and the panel of doctors for their contribution to the community. A round of applause for all of them. I would now request our trustee, Mr. Sandeep Velkar, to read the donors list.
Guest, Mr. Gautam Nayak, Mrs. Nayak, all the meritorious students who have achieved so much, and all the Pathare Prabhus who have gathered here, I would like to furnish them with the people who have very magnanimously and generously donated to the cause of Pathare Prabhu Charities. Please give them a big hand. I would be reading all the items with people who have contributed generously, and I would request everybody to applaud them and cherish them for their generosity. I know after this very good program and after hearing to the meritorious students, after the emotional speech of Mr. Virpal Rane and a grand speech by our chief guest who has given very invaluable advice, now this list is going through all about 60 to 70 items are there, and I would request your attention to cherish them. Thank you. Here I start. Item number 1, Mr. Kiran Surendra Vyavharkar, on the occasion of his son, Master Amol Kiran Vyavharkar, passing 12th standard HSC Science with 50%, and his daughter, Ms. Aarti Kiran Vyavharkar, passing MCom final, securing 52%, rupees 1,000. Mrs. Pallavi Pradeep Talpade, in memory of Pradeep Ramrao Talpade, rupees 1,000. Mr. Rajesh Suresh Kirtikar, on the occasion of his daughter, Ms. Isha Rajesh Kirtikar, success in SSC with 79%, rupees 1,000. Mrs. Supriya and Mr. Umesh Chandra Jaiwan Kirtikar, on the birth of their granddaughter, Ms. Shivansha, rupees 1,001. Mr. Makaran Balwan Kirtikar, in memory of his mother, Mrs. Sheila Balwan Kirtikar, rupees 1,001. Mrs. Unnati and Mr. Ruddesh Kirtikar, rupees 1,001. Mr. Pradeep Kunjabihari Durandar and Mrs. Preeti Pradeep Durandar, in memory of Mr. Kunjabihari Ganpatrao Durandar, rupees 1,001. Mrs. Swati and Mr. Sandeep Sharad Desai, on the occasion of their daughter, Ms. Dipti's grand success in MSc Textile and Clothing Examination, rupees 1,001. Mr. Chandrasekhar Girdhar Kirtikar, in memory of Mrs. Lata Girdhar Vijaykar, rupees 1,001. Mrs. Kastur Ravindra Talpade, in memory of her parents, Mr. Keshavrao Mothabai Dharadhar and Mrs. Sarla Keshavrao Dharadhar, rupees 1,001. Mrs. Mangala and Mr. Suhas Anandrao Pradhan, in memory of Mrs. Suniti and Mr. Anandrao S. Pradhan, 1,002. Mr. Pradeep Shamrao Kothare, in memory of Shamrao Vasantrao Bhau Kothare and Mrs. Padmavati Shamrao Kothare, for educational merit prize, rupees 1,140. Mrs. Ulka Suresh Vijaykar, for relief of poverty for distribution of recipients on the eve of Diwali, 1,150. Mr. Ajit Indrasen Navalkar, in memory of Mr. Indrasen Yashwantrao Navalkar, rupees 1,500. Mr. Abhay Gajanan Talpade, in memory of his parents, Mr. Gajanan Ramrao Talpade and Mrs. Sarla Gajanan Talpade, rupees 2,000. Mrs. Vijayashri and Mr. Ananda Kumar Moreshwar Navalkar, rupees 2,000. Mrs. Pushpa Praful Pradhan, in memory of her husband, Mr. Praful Khanderao Pradhan, rupees 2,001. Mr. Anil Ravindra Talpade, in memory of his father, Ravindra Moreshwar Talpade and his grandparents, Mrs. Hirubai Moreshwar Talpade and Mr. Moreshwar Shamrao Talpade, rupees 2,001. Mrs. Preeti Vijaykar, rupees 2,001. Mrs. Neeta and Mr. Narendra Vinayak Jaikar, for relief of poverty for distribution on the eve of Diwali, rupees 2,300. Mr. Sahil Atul Jaikar, in memory of Moreshwar Yashwantrao Jaikar and Mrs. Varsha Moreshwar Jaikar, for relief of poverty for distribution to the recipients on the eve of Diwali, rupees 2,300. Mr. Datta Shankar Anand Karim in memory of Chandralekha CDR Nilkant Yashwantrao Anandkar for Education Merit Prize Fund Rs 3,000. Mr. Bhupendra Ganpatrao Jaikar in memory of Mrs. Sharda Ganpatrao Jaikar towards relief of poverty for distribution on the eve of Deepavali Sneha Sammelan Rs 4,600. Mr. Uday Pandharinath Kothare for puja expenses Rs 5,000. Mr. Kamlakant Vishwanath Ajinkya in memory of his wife Mrs. Shubhangi Kamlakant Ajinkya Educational Merit Prize for LLB, LLM or solicitors Rs 5,000. Mr. and Mrs. Ashish Suhas Ajinkya on the occasion of the 90th and 80th birthday of their grandparents, Mr. Arvind Ramrao Ajinkya and Mrs. Shaila Arvind Ajinkya for Educational Merit Prize Rs 5,000. Mrs. Sadhana Subodhanandan Kirtikar in memory of Mr. Subodhanandan Raghunandan Kirtikar Rs 5,001. Mrs. Kastur Ravindra Talpade in memory of her parents Mr. Keshavrao Motabhai Dharadhar and Mrs. Sarla Keshavrao Dharadhar Rs 5,504. Mrs. Leela Yatin Vijaykar, Mrs. Dulari Atul Jaikar, Mr. Pradyumna Krishnanath Nayak in memory of Shripad Balaram Nayak for relief of poverty for distribution to the recipients on the eve of Diwali, Rs 6,900. Miss Tanmay and Miss Aditi Sachin Vijaykar in memory of her grand uncle, Mr. Vanavihari Motiram Vijaykar, Rs 7,000. Dr. Gajanan Vamanrao Vijaykar on the occasion of his 90th birthday, Rs 10,000. Mrs. Neela Ullas Bhairevan in memory of her parents, Mr. Manovihari Kunjavihari Talpade and Mrs. Vimal Manovihari Talpade, Rs 10,000. Mrs. Megha Jatendra Vaskar in memory of Mrs. Lalita Prithviraj Jaikar and Mr. Prithviraj Lakshmikant Jaikar, Rs 10,000. Mrs. Neela Anjani Kumar Velkar in memory of her husband, retired Chief Metropolitan Magistrate Mr. Anjani Kumar Chandrakant Velkar, Rs 10,000. Mrs. Amina Virpad Rane, Mr. Virpad Ramrao Rane and family in honor of the meritorious success of their grandson, Master Ameya Pankaj Virpad Rane at IGCSE Cambridge International Examination World Topper in Environmental Management and India Topper in Physics, Rs 10,000. It needs a great applause. Ms. Rajni Chitrasen Ajinkya in memory of her husband, Mr. Chitrasen Dattaram Ajinkya for SSC students, Rs 10,000. Mrs. Vidya Jaipal Kothare and Mr. Jaipal Ramakant Kothare and family, Rs 10,000. Mr. Sunil Satyendranath Kothare and Mrs. Deepika Chaya Sunil Kothare on the occasion of their 40th wedding anniversary on the 24th of May 2013, 10,001. Mr. Uday Shankar Rao Mankar and Mrs. Nishita Uday Mankar in memory of Shankar Rao Ramrao Mankar and Mrs. Kala Shankar Rao Mankar, Rs 10,001. Ms. Ratnamala Mohan Durandar in memory of her father, Dr. Mohan Vamanrao Durandar, Rs 11,000. Mrs. Akhila Atul Chandra Navalkar in memory of Mrs. Bimal and Mr. Balakrishna Raoji Durandar, Rs 11,000. Mrs. Ulka Suresh Vijayakar, rupees 15,000. Mr. Smith Chandra Srinath Navalkar and Mrs. Swarangi Smith Chandra Navalkar in memory of Srinath Sundarrao Navalkar and Mrs. Neha Kamal Srinath Navalkar, rupees 15,000. Mr. Shivnandan Ramrao Rao in memory of his wife Mrs. Neela Shivnandan Rao, rupees 25,000. Mrs. Ranjana Prakash Kothare in memory of Mrs. Kesharbai Madhavrao Kothare and Mr. Prakash Madhavrao Kothare, rupees 25,000. Mrs. Varuna Shrikant Tambe need Miss Varuna Shankar Velkar for Sri Maheshwari Devi Temple, rupees 25,000. Dr. Praful Vijayakar, Homeopathy Research and Development Foundation, on the occasion of 90th birthday of Dr. Gajanan Vamanrao Vijayakar, rupees 25,000. Mrs. Anita Raghunath Mapsekar, Nee, Miss Geeta Shankarrao Velkar in memory of Mrs. Gajanta Lakshmi Shankarrao Velkar, rupees 25,000. Mrs. Netra Ajit Vijayakar in memory of Mr. Gajat Vinayak Velkar, rupees 30,000. Mr. Kamlakash Khanderao Kothare in memory of Mrs. Jayashri Kamlaksha Kothare, rupees 30,000. Mrs. Kastur Ravindra Talpade in memory of her husband Ravindra Moreshwar Talpade, rupees 30,006. Mrs. Kalika Arvind Pendekar need Miss Kalika Sadananda Talpade, rupees 50,000. Mrs. Usha Mukund Ajinkya in memory of her daughter Mrs. Anuja Anand Tendolkar need Miss Anuja Mukund Ajinkya for Educational Merit Prize for LLB or LLM, rupees 50,000. Mrs. Mugdha Ravindra Navalkar in memory of her husband Mr. Ravindra Shamsundar Navalkar, prize to be given to students standing first or second while passing 10th standard, rupees 1 lakh. Captain Kumar Balaram Trilokekar in memory of his sister and niece Mrs. Asha Sharad Vijayakar and Miss Smita Sharad Vijayakar, rupees 1 lakh. Mr. Gautam Suresh Nayak in memory of his father Suresh Sundarrao Nayak, rupees 1 lakh. Then there is one anonymous donation when person wants to keep his identity anonymous. That is in memory of Mr. Khanderao Balaji Rane, Mrs. Premalata Khanderao Rane and Master Uday Khanderao Rane, rupees 3 lakhs. Then there is a donation from Bhau Trimbakshi Religious Charitable Trust, rupees 3 lakhs. And the name of the trustees which is given to me now is Mr. Subodh Anandrao Dhairyawan, Mrs. Mohana Subodh Dhairyawan, Mr. Suresh Moroba Vijayakar and Dr. Sushil Jatendra Durandar. Now we come to the donations which were received today. So that's why again the order is slightly different. Mr. Vikram Pramod Mankar from Toronto, Canada, rupees 1,000. Mr. Sunil Pandurang Kothare, rupees 1,000. Mrs. Sulochana Nilesh Pradhan, in memory of Mrs. Uday Narayan Talpade, rupees 1,000. Mrs. Neha Harsha Nilesh Kothare and granddaughter Devashri Nilesh Kothare in memory of Mr. Gajanan Satchidananda Desai, rupees 1001. Mr. Nilesh Gadpatrao Pradhan, rupees 2000. Mrs. Meghna Ashwin Kothare in memory of Mr. Nandakishore Vamanrao Kothare, rupees 2501. Mrs. Jyotsna Ranjan Dhaireval and Mr. Ranjan Khanderao Dhaireval in memory of Mrs. Sulochana Khanderao Dhaireval, Shri Khanderao Anandrao Dhaireval, Mrs. Snehalata Shripad Rane and Mr. Shripad Ramanand Rane, rupees 3001. Mrs. Swati Taraknath Jaikar in memory of Mrs. Lalit Prabha Lakshmi Kumar Jaikar, her mother-in-law, rupees 5000. Dr. Srimati Sunil Rane, Mrs. Nanda Rane Rodrigues, Mrs. Megha Tushar Kothare and Mrs. Anita Sunil Rane in memory of Dr. Arvind Tulsidas Rane, rupees 5000. Mrs. Mugdha Ravindra Navalkar in memory of Mr. Ravindra Shamrao Navalkar, rupees 5000. Again there is a donation. Mrs. Mugdha Ravindra Navalkar in memory of Mr. Tushar Madan Mohan Navalkar, rupees 5000. Mrs. Sulochana M. Navalkar in memory of Mr. Madhukar Nanuji Navalkar, rupees 10,000. The total comes to 14,74,918. Again, a big hand of applause. I would like to add one line to this. The Pathare Prabhu community again is a family. Everybody contributes with the sense of love and affection and duty that it is as you carry out your monthly expenditure. This is what the Pathare Prabhus owe to the Pathare Prabhu Charities, and with the sense of love, affection and duty, the Pathare Prabhu Charities is standing on a very strong footing. I thank you all the donors for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Victor. I would now request our trustee, Mr. Rajan Jaikar, to propose a vote of thanks.
Friends on the dais, I would like to thank and express the gratitude of our trust to everybody who has helped make this program today such a grand success. First of all, my co-professional Mr. Gautam Suresh Nayak. He has carried on his father's fine tradition. We can say that he's really a friend, philosopher and guide to our trust in every sense. He's a very approachable person, very friendly, but at the same time I am told he is very strict and stringent when it comes to carrying out the audit of our trust. Thank you, sir, for sharing your thoughts with us. It was very enlightening. I'm sure a lot of us will take a lot of things away from your speech. I would also like to thank Mrs. Suman Gautam Nayak for patiently giving away the prizes to our meritorious students. Words fail to express our gratitude to the generous donors who have helped us meet the objectives of our trust by their generous donations. All the students, congratulations for your achievements. May you progress in life. All the very best to you in your future endeavors. We should not forget the volunteers who go from door to door and collect the donations on behalf of the trust. I would also like to thank the musical ensemble, the lyricist and poetess Srimati Nalini Ramrao Tarpade, the melodious singing by Srimati Asavari Sushil Durandar, and Srimati Ronika Sachin Vijayakar. Also the accompaniment by the various artists on harmonium, Mr. Nandu Honap, on the tabla, Mr. Uday Mokkar, the rhythm by Vaibhav Batade, song programming by Saurabh Honap, recording by Saurabh Kajolkar. I would also like to thank Pratik Offsets, our printers. Despite giving many deadlines, strict deadlines, they come up trumps every time. They produce with clarity and quality the printing of the newsletter and also the souvenir which is there in your hands today. I would also like to thank all the advertisers whose ads have helped us meet a substantial part of the cost of printing of this souvenir and others. I should also thank the office staff of the charities who slog throughout the year and always with a smiling face. I will see Ravi coming to my house early morning at 8:30. At 9, then we see Shanta taking care of the Venkatesh temple, besides doing their normal duty. Also Mrs. Anandkar, who has been serving us for so many years. One person we should not forget, and whom we take for granted. For years together now we have been doing it. Mrs. Netra Ajit Vijayakar. When it comes to legal advice, all our legal work she handles, and we take advantage of her office. In fact, if you see today's invite, there is a chart showing this location of this place. Even that is made by her office people. Thank you, Mrs. Netra. Thank you so much. I would also like to thank our compeers today, Mrs. Anarkali Sandeep Verkar and Mrs. Megha Jatendra Vajkar. They make sure this program runs on time, and they have given a very stringent deadline to everybody. That is what makes this program very short and sweet. Also the audience, thank you so much for coming here all the way on Sunday evening, taking your time out and coming here to felicitate the children. Thank you so much. With this, I take your leave. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Rajan Jaikar. Just a reminder of the announcements made earlier. Bus arrangements have been made for those of you who want to go to Santa Cruz station. The buses will make 2 trips to the station. So please enjoy the dinner at the end of this program before going to the buses. And kindly collect your food coupons at the entrance of the food area. Volunteers will be waiting there for you. Sorry for the inconvenience that is caused, but this is just to ensure that you enjoy the lovely vegetarian and non-vegetarian food that's going to be there at the end of this program. Like every year, this year also we are going to have a lovely medley of songs which are going to be performed by our very own singers, Asawali Durandar and Ronika Vijayakar. At the end of the medley, there will be Pathare and National Anthem. We'll conclude with the National Anthem, for which I request all of you to stand. And now to tell you more about the medley, Ata Bhairavi, may I request Mr. Ajit Vijayakar to kindly come up on stage.
त्याचं संगीत दिग्दर्शन केले आपले संगीत दिग्दर्शक नंदू होनप यांनी. थँक्यू, धन्यवाद.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Bye. वन्दे